Anunnaki gods of this pantheon of the Elohim. One of their names was ENKI. Okay? I've spoken about ENKI before. ENKI was the Anunnaki god who was the genetic scientist. Okay, so ENKI was the genetic scientist. Not the only one, but he was the genetic scientist. And so ENKI, in the genetic scientist, we see gene. And correspondingly, we see gene in Genesis as well. There's a breakdown to the Isis part as well, but I'm going to focus on the genetics, okay? Because ENKI was a genetic scientist. He is one of the Elohim that said, let us make man in our image. We also have someone else that I mentioned in this pantheon of gods, and he was the nemesis of ENKI. Someone else that I mentioned in this pantheon of gods, and he was the nemesis of ENKI. He was his brother, and his name was ENLIL. Okay? Now, ENKI had a son, and ENKI's son's name was MARDUK. Okay? Oops. Now with this, and then we also learn of a female goddess, and her name was NINURTA. Okay? Her name was NINURTA. She was a pivotal character in this whole narrative and this story, but I'm going to specifically stay with this right now so that I can build on the story of which I read to you, Cain and Abel. How did Cain, for one, why was his gift not accepted, and why wasn't he just put to death by the YHWH of the Bible for killing his brother Abel? Well, in this story, we also learn of another male god, and his name was Dumuzi. Okay? Now, each of these four gods were given an assignment. Okay? ENKI's plan was to help teach Cain how to take care of the land, how to make crops and agriculture, grow grains, and about what Cain did. ENKI's clan was in charge of that. Okay? Which means that since ENKI's clan was in charge of it, his son Marduk also became mentor, a teacher to Cain on agriculture. In addition to that, before Marduk took over in teaching Cain how to till the land and make grain and all the food to eat, before he did, Dumuzi was given the job to mentor Cain on how to do those things. When it came to Abel, who learned how to take care of animals, the sheep and the goats and all of those things like that, he was given the mentorship by, before he did, Dumuzi was given the job to mentor Cain on how to do those things. When it came to Abel, who learned how to take care of animals, the sheep and the goats and all of those things like that, he was given the mentorship by, NINURTA. So NINURTA, and also ENLIL's clan. So ENLIL, the other god of the Bible, that was the nemesis of ENKI, ENLIL was overseeing Abel's job. And so ENLIL, NINURTA, they all were teaching him how to take care of the animals. In fact, we get into DNA and everything. Abel was taught all of those things pertaining to the sheep and the goats and all of those animals that he was raising.